So I just wanted to take down some notes on the photo I took that's on the wall here of Water Street. Um, I'm really happy with it. I went down, I can't remember what date it was when I went and actually took the shot, but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of different outcomes that came about from that photo. I actually have one of the same thing on a different shot where I got all three intersections with all three lights lit up. And just the way the cars were, they didn't quite look that good, but the lights themselves were actually, it was spectacular to get all three intersections with all three lights lit up. Just looked very strange. But the reason why I chose that photo was because, like I said, just the way the cars were going by, it's got red on one side and then the white on the other from the street lights. And once you actually put that on aluminum, it just kind of shines and works out really well. And this one in particular, if you take a light to the top right hand corner of it, if there's not a lot of light in the room, it doesn't bring out the detail of the photo. But as soon as you start to increase the intensity of the light in the room, all of the brick and mortar out of the side of the building starts to come out more and more. So I'm really excited about that. How it just kind of, if you have a dark room, it just looks like a dark corner. But if you start to turn off the light, then it's like then the corner starts to come out, and you really see the detail of the picture. And I was quite pleased to see that when I actually tried it for the first time. It definitely does when you have low light. It makes the city look dark, and as soon as you start to increase the intensity of the light, all the apartment buildings and all that sort of stuff come out. I mean, there's the detail was surprising to even me. If you look up on the kind of the mid-range to the left-hand side, you can see a clock on the wall, and if you look close enough, you can actually see what time it is on the clock, and that's like half a block away. So I was quite happy to see that. I think it was like 20 after 9 or something like that when the photo was taken, and uh, yeah, no light painting at all. It was just a single shot, and I actually had to take there's some paper bins there, the ones that you can get those daily magazines or whatever that are free, and you can just go up and grab them. And I took one of those containers and just moved it back a bit in order to get that shot. So if you go to that location, you'll see a bunch of containers that are just in front of the round cement kind of island with the big tree in the middle. And just off to the side of where all the containers are, I actually just grab them and I pull them where I need to pull them. It's kind of funny watching people's reactions when I'm grabbing and moving around all these things in the city. They're kind of just like, "What the hell are you doing?" And then when I set up the camera and start taking pictures, I mean, they're still staring, but it's funny how nobody will really say anything. They just kind of stare at you, and you can do anything you want, and nobody will say anything. Um, so I just set that up. That was shot on my toque. So the container I was using in particular, it's got a slant on the top, so it's not flat at all. And I don't have a tripod, or I didn't at the time. And so I just had to use my toque. And what I would do is I would put the toque down flat and then just roll the front of it so it would prop the camera up. And I would just roll it to the desired height and then just kind of leave it. And it can kind of suck because the toque would kind of move a little bit or flatten out as the picture was being taken, and then that would make it blurry. But I was lucky enough to get a few really good shots. This one is zoomed back a little bit. There's actually ones that are, or sorry, this one's zoomed in, and then I also have other ones that are further back so you can see more. But it just looked too much and not enough detail in the picture there. So, but I got about 5 or 6 that were keepers, that's for sure. This one was the one that was wall worthy, and I was really happy with it when it actually came out. Um, and the lights are so cool. The lights turned out to be aluminum, and then they're kind of an aura around them. And when you turn up the light, it actually looks like the lights are on because they're just reflecting the light of the room. So it actually looks like the lights are on. And then when you turn the lights off in the room, they still look like they're there, but they're off. It's really cool. It's a really cool thing. I gotta take more pictures of lights like that because it turned out really well. Um, you can even see into the apartment buildings. Like you can see the people working and like cleaning, and people's TVs are on, and their beds and their nightside tables and stuff. If you look close enough, you can get all that detail in. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun. So you can see Water Street sign, the Seymour, and then in the distance is Granville. And I don't know why the Granville sign came up really, really bright. It must have been a car that was going by or something like that. But kind of worked out because then you can see the sign a lot better. Uh, yeah, that's all I really have to say. Every time I look at it, I get something new that I missed the last time, and I'll find that you'll probably do the same if you're taking a look at it. And the closer you get to it, the more detail you will see, and the more things you will see in the picture every single time that you didn't notice before. And then if you take a step back and you distance yourself from it, then you get a whole new perspective on the photo. Like the photo completely changes and becomes again more detailed in a weird way. It kind of looks like a window into the world. So I'm really happy with them.